there's my lovely audience there. Check them out. Everybody wave if I can get all y'all in there. And I'll pass the
That's crazy.
camera over to my lovely cinematographer here.
Where is the camera?
Right here. Just a little dot. Anyway, we got to get going.
I'm amazed by it.
Now.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. Buddha, ganja, dank, grass, swag, dope, and reefer. Those are all slang terms used on the street to refer to the drug marijuana, or cannabis. Now, as we get into this speech, a few of you might be asking yourselves, what exactly is marijuana? Most of you are familiar with the television reference of a leafy green substance similar in context to oregano. That, however, is not true. If you direct your center of attention here to this picture in the center of my visual aid, you'll see that it's actually buds, not leaves, harvested from the female cannabis sativa plant. Now, as I've spent a little quality time in the marijuana industry, and I've done more than ample research as of late, I'm confident that I can relay both relevant and current information to you. After hearing this speech, my listeners will fully understand the effects of marijuana on the brain and the body, some prolonged effects of those, and some recently more municipal developments towards the drug. Now let's get going with how it affects the brain and the body. Everybody knows that when marijuana is used, it's typically smoked. And when smoked, it produces the chemical THC. THC is absorbed into your lungs, passes quickly through your bloodstream, and goes into your brain and your body. Now, everyone in their brain, they have these areas known as cannabinoid receptors. In the bottom right-hand corner of my visual aid, you'll see a map of those areas. Now, these receptors are linked to areas such as pleasure, concentration, analytical ability, sensory perception, memory, and perception of time. And when inhibited by THC, they give you what's known as the high. Another area of your brain also affected by THC is known as the hypothalamus. Everybody's heard of the munchies. Well, here's why. The hypothalamus regulates your hunger. When inhibited by THC, it goes into an irregular cycle, leaving users with a sensation of hunger, i.e. the munchies. Other areas affected are your heart. Your heart rate can increase anywhere from 20 to 100% when smoking, giving first-time users an almost 5% chance of having a heart attack. Another area affected is your eyes. Everybody knows when smokers smoke, they get a redness, bloodshot eyes. Well, here's why. The increased heart rate, well, that means an increased flow of blood pressure. An increased flow of blood pressure means blood vessels might be bursting in your eyes. Now that you know a little bit about how it kind of affects your body and your brain, we'll talk about some prolonged effects of marijuana. Now, there's never been any link between marijuana and a strong physical withdrawal after relinquishing the use of the drug. But there are some psychological withdrawal effects. These might be such as, insomnia, restlessness, anxiety, an irregular diet, and an irregular sleeping pattern. There have also never been any direct links to marijuana and lung cancer. But that's not to say going with smoking marijuana doesn't have its own respiratory elements. With marijuana smoke containing almost 50 to 70% more carcinogens than cigarette smoke, it comes with a slew of respiratory elements. These include increased rate of lung infection, increased rate of upper respiratory illness, and phlegm and common cough on a regular basis. Marijuana can also greatly affect your social life, leaving you reclusive and without the initiative to do anything. Now that you know a little bit about how marijuana affects you both in the shorthand and kind of in the long term, we'll move on to some of the municipal developments towards the drug. Since 1996, states such as Alaska, Maine, Delaware, Connecticut, California, and even the nation's capital province of Washington, D.C. have opened and decriminalized medical marijuana dispensaries. And of course, in more recent terms, everybody's heard about Colorado and Washington State legalizing for recreation. Now, studies show that marijuana can greatly reduce chronic pain on both a muscular and neurological level, as well as curb the effects of such diseases such as Crohn's, ALS, glaucoma, and even some cancers. In the year 2000, Madrid's Complutense University in their School of Biology did a study of how gliomas, which is a highly aggressive, highly malignant brain tumor, was affected when introduced to THC. The study showed that when gliomas was introduced to THC, it regressed significantly. Now, how that works is you have aging and older cells in your body. These are the cells that are typically attacked by cancer. THC, when you smoke marijuana, it attacks your aging cells and it kills them before they can be mutated. Now, this was not a pro-marijuana speech. I just wanted to convey some interesting facts about cannabis out there, just some food for thought, something to sit down with your kids and talk about, or maybe even talk about to a date over a dinner table. Now, I've just left everybody to form their own opinion, and I appreciate my audience for coming out tonight, and that's the truth about going green.